Good morning, everybody. Got your coffee? I've got mine. So, this morning, I want you all to take a couple of minutes to really look at this cup and take in what you're seeing. Because when I tell you this is art, and art really is subjective. We don't all see things the same way. And I can tell you what I see when I see this cup, but in what I think and how it moves me and what it inspires in me. But that's me. And right now, what I feel when I'm seeing it isn't what's important. What's important is what you see and what you think. And even more important than that, what you believe. What it makes you believe, what it inspires inside of you. By the way, I want to thank Stephanie and Diane for sponsoring this morning's cup of coffee. Thank you, ladies. The reason why I say this is because I think that this cup is symbolic, and it serves as a reminder to the people who watch me every single day that Black people need to be resting. And when we say resting, it doesn't mean that we are resting from all things. It just means that we are resting from all things that don't have anything to do with us. We have a lot of work to be doing in our communities, and that's what we need to be hyper-focusing on. So we ain't got time to be worried about Zelenski. Okay? We don't. Now, it's one thing to keep ourselves abreast and attuned to what's going on in other parts of the world, especially here in these United States, but it doesn't mean that we have to be reactive. I think one of the reasons why we are always fighting someone else's battles, I think there are a few reasons for that. One of the reasons is because we have been fighting a battle generation after generation since we stepped off those boats and onto this land. We have been fighting for freedom, our freedom. And in fighting for everyone's freedom, we managed to get freedom for others. Brown people, Asian people, queer people. And I think another reason is caste itself. We have been cast, especially Black women, as the helpers, the mammies, the mules, the messengers, those 3 M's. We are the people we are expected to put our own needs aside and to step in whenever anyone needs our help and or our assistance. And so while we are resting, we need to be rethinking some things. Because just because that is what the world wants from us, because we are more than our advocacy. We are more than our compassion for others. We are more than that fight that's in us that everybody wants to access when it benefits them and their movements. No, President Zelenski doesn't need our advocacy. 2 things can be true at the same time. No. President Donald Trump can be a piece of shit, and President Vladimir Zelensky can be a piece of shit. Because seeing Black women defend Zelensky got me feeling some kind of way over here. It does. Y'all don't even know how to stop fighting. And I get it. Because I'm a Black woman. I know who we are. I know what we are. I know how we are. And if you need a fight, I remind you to put your community first. This is why therapy is so important, because therapy, one of the things that you will learn if you took your ass there, is how to self-correct. When you are doing something in a moment, your brain will automatically correct you and tell you, this ain't the move, sis. This ain't the move. Or this ain't the move, brother. This ain't the move. We can own that all those white men in that room ain't shit. We can say what President Trump and Vice President Vance did to Zelenski was trash as fuck. We can say that. We can own that because it was. But that doesn't mean that we have to take a side, baby. No. How quick we are to forget the way the Ukraine treated black people on the onset of that war. Have y'all forgotten that? Because if so, I'm here to remind you, baby. Black people, good black people, decent black people, honorable black people, moral black people who were ready to go over there and help those people survive their circumstances. When Russia dropped bombs on them, we're told you might want to rethink that because when you get over there, them Ukrainians got a whole lot of hate, vitriol, and racism for you. The way I would have took off that little reflective black jacket immediately and took my black ass home, but no. So many of us black people think that if we are the mule, the mammy, the messenger, that they will love us. And time after time after time again, they have taken our labor, they have taken our compassion for themselves, used it up, and tossed us away like we were pieces of trash. Remember how they treated those African children who were there for an education on those trains, also trying to flee a war and death. I hear they threw some of them in front of those trains. Zelensky has never spoken on that. Not that I can recall the way his nation treated black people. Let the patriarchy fight it out amongst themselves. This has nothing to do with us. Sit and sip your tea or your coffee or take your shot or whatever your pleasure is and focus on thee. Every time you want to defend someone who doesn't look like us, I implore you to think about the children in our community who are being abused and who are not being given a quality education in their schools. Go defend them in the voting booths, at the polls. Go defend them. Black women in abusive relationships, go defend them. Neighborhoods that are not being invested in, go defend them. Black people who are losing their jobs because of the diversity, equity, and inclusion being dismantled all over these United States and the entire world. Defend that. Use your energy for that. The world has told you that you cannot use your fight and your energy for your own good, your own needs. And I'm here to tell you that you can and that you must. We have to be in community with one another and focus on one another. Zelensky does not need for black women to be on the internet talking about, yes, now that's a president. A president, a leader, fights for all the people in his country. There were no leaders in that room. Not one. Let the patriarchy fight it out. This is not black business. It has nothing to do with us. What have you done for your community lately? Are you standing on business in your community with your people? They not your business. I want you all to have a good day. Do something nice for someone. Do something beneficial for your community. And if you would like to support the platform, I will leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. Bye, babies.